Hey, it's Isabel, and today we're going to be making blueberry pancakes. Now I have to thank one of our members, Haley, for submitting this recipe, and that's actually one of the things that I love about this site is that we're able to share each other's recipes. So I've made this recipe before for my family and they absolutely love it. So you're going to need your food processor. Now I actually have a mini food processor that I really like, so I don't always have to bring out the really large food processor, and this is actually perfect for this recipe. The first thing you're gonna need is some organic rolled oats. I like to buy them in bulk because I find that they're cheaper that way, and then I just put them in a large Ziploc bag. So we're going to put half a cup of rolled oats into the food processor, and we're going to process it until it really is fine. Now, if you want sort of more of a textured, gritty pancake, you don't have to process it as much, but I like it to really come out fine. So I'm going to process the oats first. And I'm just kind of gonna look and see how well that processed. Maybe I'll do it another time just to make sure it's really nice and fine. All right, let's look and see. That absolutely looks great. So now what I'm gonna add to this is half a cup of organic cottage cheese. I always get whole milk cottage cheese. I don't really find the need to get the low-fat version, and I think it's tastier. So let me get half a cup in here. All right, that's great. We're going to put 2 eggs in here in the mixture. So I've cracked 2 organic eggs here. That goes right in there. Okay, wonderful. We are going to add, let me look at my recipe here. Okay, half a teaspoon of maple syrup. Now you can also use half a teaspoon of baking stevia or raw honey. I really like it with maple syrup, and then I also use a little bit of maple syrup after the pancakes are done. So let's put half a teaspoon of maple syrup in here. Wonderful. And now we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Great, and we're also going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I love cinnamon, so if I get a little extra in there, I'm okay with that. Okay, that should actually be pretty good. All right, let me make sure I've got all of those ingredients. And last but not least, I've got a 1/4 cup of organic blueberries. And I absolutely love blueberries. So what you're going to do is you're going to process this all together. This is actually going to be your batter. Okay, let's check it. Oh, that looks and smells great. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret that my mom taught me before we cook these pancakes, and that is if you stick this batter in the fridge for just 4 or 5 minutes, really just 5 minutes tops, it'll actually make it a little bit thicker, and they're easier to cook. So if you like a lighter pancake, you can just go right to your stove and make these pancakes, or you can put it in the fridge for a couple minutes and then cook it. So we're gonna take our batter over to the stove and we're gonna make some pancakes. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the stove on to about medium, and I'm actually going to use butter to make these pancakes because I've tried to make it with coconut oil and butter sticks less. There really is no measurement as far as the butter. I know my family really likes that buttery taste on their pancakes, and we are not afraid to use organic butter. So I'm gonna melt that in here first. So you wanna make sure that the pan is completely covered with butter and it's almost done melting. No need to rush it. What you don't want is you don't want your butter to turn brown. That really won't give you a very good flavor with the pancakes. So just take your time with it, keep it on medium and let it melt, and then this way it won't brown. So this recipe makes about 2 large pancakes. So let's make our first one. All right. That looks great. And what I do is I cover the pan, and again, I take my time with it, because if I try and put it on high, then I end up with a burnt pancake, and you really just have to have some patience. If you want to make 2 at once, if you're doubling the recipe and you want to make 4 at once, you can do it in a larger pan. But I do find that this method really is the tastier method, even if it's not the fastest method. And once I see that the edges are starting to crisp up, then that's when I'll flip it over and cook it on the other side. Because we are letting this pancake take time, I'm going to show you the finished product. And this is what your pancake should look like. Like, as you can see, I've added some blueberries and it's a nice golden brown color. That's because of the butter, and again, because we cooked it slowly. And you can add some organic maple syrup on there. Don't go too nuts. It is sugar, but it's organic and it's natural, and it makes for a absolutely delicious breakfast. So enjoy your pancakes.